Good evening, everybody. This is Johnny Seville with your executive summary. Let's have a quick look at the S&P 500. You can see that the S&P 500 so far has been pretty sideways at best. As we can see that the June 1st open range was a low of 24.13 and a high of 24.30. Obviously, that broke to the upside the following day. But since then, we've pretty much just been going sideways, closing at 24.29.39 today. Now, as long as we close above 24.13.54, the open range to the upside bias will remain true. But it's not looking like it's going to be anything hugely impressive as of what we see yet. Maybe more just kind of sideways consolidation. But as we teach at Acorn, we are not interested in the stock market so much as the market of individual stocks. And obviously, if we look at some of the individual companies, we've seen great performance. Hyatt has continued to drop nicely, as you can see, pulling down from that $59 entry criteria from a while back, continuing to drop in these otherwise upward markets. And of course, that's really what we want to be focusing on, the longs performing and the shorts performing at the same time. Tonight we're going to be focusing on some long setups. SRC was one of the first ones that we had talked about as a watch last week, and this is looking good now. I was waiting for the moving averages to cross over. As you can see, they did here on Wednesday, May 31st, going into June 1st. We broke through, and we're kind of moving in this horizontal range. What we're coming up on now is a break of this gap down. It's looking strong. The money flow has now converged. Has crossed over the zero mark. The volume has increased sharply today, up from 14.58 million to 22.26 million today. So SRC is actually looking quite good. So I would be looking for a break of 778 or a pullback for the more aggressive traders to the 9-day moving average at 753. Or say even 754. So I'll be looking for a break of 778 for the confirmation, or a more aggressive entry point would be a pullback to 754. I'd be looking at a target one of 847, which is this 50-day moving average. However, this could quite easily become a longer-term momentum play. So I'd be looking for further movement from there, but that would be the first target criteria. For a stop, I'd be looking at the hourly chart. Now, if we break above in terms of the continuation through 778, I'd be looking at a stop of 754, which is just underneath this area you can see here. If we're looking for a pullback entry criteria, obviously we're going to be looking at a more generous approach, because we're pulling back first rather than breaking through. And on that basis, I would be looking at, let's have a look at the volume here. So we can see this is the support that held up. I'd be looking at the low of this candle, which is so I'd be looking at 723. And there's also some decent insider buying going on SRC as well. The next one is MMI, and this was one we talked about in Trading Room on Thursday as one that we liked if it would break 26.53. Now you can see that we're verging on that. Money flow is very strong, and in terms of the pattern that we see here, you can see that falling wedge. So we discussed this in Trading Room, but you can see it's just breaking through now after that possible short-term flag formation we saw forming over these last few days. And if we break through 26.53, I'd be looking for a target of 31.37. And I'd be looking at a stop criteria of 24.93. Okay, now let's have a look at the next one, CTL. Also one that we talked about in Trading Room on Thursday. We were looking for a break above 26.13, which it did go through today, and we're looking at a target of 27.87 was the first target, and the second target of 32.73. So this is on the move. Certainly one to be taking a look at for your possible setups if you're not already in something like that. And again, the stop signal I would now look at, now that we're starting to break through, would be this reversal zone that you can see here, the high of 25.41, the low here 25.59. So we're looking at a 25.39 stop signal. And last but not least, SMFG. This is also one from Thursday where we talked about in Trading Room. This is of course the fallen angel turned into a bump and run. So we had the fallen angel entry signal back here on April 19th, breaking through that $7 zone and rallying all the way up to the first target criteria, which would be up here at 760. We've broken through, we've pulled back to support, closing in the top half of the range, even on those pullback days. So the entry criteria we were looking for there is 783. You can see we're at 779 now, so that's looking good. And our I'd be looking at a stop signal here of 743 and a target of 843 would be my my first target, but again, possible momentum play from there. So there you have it. There's a few possible setups for tomorrow's trading. And of course, enjoy. And we'll be seeing you all in our trading room tomorrow night. Take care.